It's a place just filled with surprising creatures. Serpents of all kinds.
Ooh, water moccasin, water moccasin.
Legendary sea creatures.
Look at that face. Isn't that a beautiful creature?
Crocodilians of all sizes. A natural world more exciting than any amusement park.
Woo! What a ride. I'm Jeff Corwin. Welcome to Florida. A toad.
Starting here in North Florida, take a little trip with me as we move south towards the Everglades, where I hope to find a real swamp thing.
Now, the Florida we've come to find is not that state famous for its highway system or its amusement parks or tourist attractions. We've come to find the Florida of the past. That Florida first experienced by those explorers who came here hundreds of years ago. Spanish explorers like Ponce de Leon. He came all the way over from Spain. He came here to find the Fountain of Youth. Did he find it? No, because he's dead. Other explorers came here as well. They came here for the natural wealth of Florida in search of gold. Now, did they find gold? I don't know. But I do know they encountered natural gold locked up in the wildlife of this place. And that's why we're here in Florida, to experience its wildlife.
We'll start our journey near Homosassa Springs. Before the Spanish claimed Florida, this land was home to a variety of native tribes. Almost all of them disappeared, wiped out by the Europeans. Today, the most dominant Florida tribe is the Seminole Indian Nation, which once claimed a large part of Florida as their home.
See this? This is called a Chiqui. And the Seminole language, Chiqui means my home, and this is where they lived. Probably a good place to find snakes. You can see the way it's all been intricately woven together. But no snakes in here. I tell you, if I was a rat snake, a yellow red rat, I'd be just wound up in this thatch. Let's continue on. Look at this. Where you going, buddy? He says, I'm curious. Look at him. Look at his head come out. Look at that. How's that for a gorgeous snake? This guy is the eastern indigo snake. Getting the name indigo snake from that beautiful sheen, that sort of purpley glow, and that iridescent shine you see across its scales. Now, if you want to identify the family of this creature, the family of snakes it belongs to, just look at its shape. It has a long body, a narrow head, and usually what that tells is the snake you're studying, at least in North America, is a colubrid, one of the largest family of snakes. Thousands of representative snakes belong to the Colubridae family. And this snake, the indigo, is the longest colubrid you'll find in North America. In fact, it's the longest snake living in North America. They can push 8, sometimes even 9 feet in length. Now, indigos are voracious predators. All sorts of creatures make up the diet of this animal, from lizards and amphibians like frogs to other snakes and rodents. What's interesting about these indigo snakes is that they're winter breeders. They begin breeding in November. So while other snakes are hibernating, these guys are mating. And you can see why the indigo snake is potentially a very popular animal for those who collect snakes. But again, it's important to remember that this creature is protected as a species. Lucky for this individual, while others out there are vulnerable, this animal is indeed protected by the Homosassa State Park. There he goes. Back to burrowing, back to exploring.
Homosassa Springs is a state park, and it is also home to one of Florida's most famous creatures. When Christopher Columbus sailed to the New World, his ship's log recorded that the crew sighted mermaids, but they weren't quite as handsome as the paintings. Those mermaids were really manatees, And they may not be pretty, but they sure are friendly.
One for you, one for you, and one for you. Chinese food last night. I'm sorry, I'm only joking. Now, this is the usual routine in the morning. These guys are given their vitamins, and they love this stuff. It's an elephant supplement, and there's something neat about that, because although these creatures clearly are not elephants, they do share a distant ancestry with African and Asian elephants. Look at that, she's signaling me to give her. All right, here you go. Look at the way this animal just pulled that food, pulled that vitamin into its mouth, because its lips are actually prehensiled. They function like a digit, and what they're reminding me of is an elephant. If you ever looked at the tip of an elephant's trunk, you'll see that it is very digit-like, okay? When it reaches up and pulls on vegetation. These animals are doing something very similar. They're able to pull these lips together, pull them together like that. Look at that, look at that. Pull it together and pull the food inside. Guy's like, hey, buddy, shut up and just give me the food. We're hungry. So now that they've had their vitamins, it gets even better, because you're going to be a manatee. We're going to go underwater with these creatures. Yeah, you guys are great.
Come here, manatee. Come here, big girl. Wow, look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Rolling around. I wish you could feel the flesh of this animal. It's smooth, but it has little bumps, and it's covered with hairs, lots of hair. See that? You can see its muzzle, right? Its muzzle is covered by thousands and thousands of whiskers, and those whiskers are used to feel itself through its habitat. But what's amazing is that when sailors saw these animals, they actually thought that these marine mammals were half fish, half female. And that's why they called them mermaids, okay? And, well, of course, you know it's just a legend. Mermaids really don't exist, but legends are pretty cool.
Nice little hammock for us to make our landing. Just a little slice of heaven, if you ask me. You know, I have loved Florida ever since I was a little kid. I used to love to finger through the animal books, natural history books, and looking at everything from the reptiles to the mammals that have made their home in this very special place. Okay, now, a wildlife biologist that would be studying some of the creatures right here might use radio telemetry to keep track of these animals. A transmitter is attached to the subject, and that creature is monitored by a receiver. Okay, he can actually, or she can, detect where that creature is going through its habitat. So I thought it would be kind of fun for you, yes, you, to be the wildlife biologist, the armchair wildlife biologist at home, and you can keep track of me, because I am going to swallow a transmitter. And yes, Dad, you were right. I am 50 cents short of a dollar bill. All right.
Oh, excuse me. You picking up the signal on this thing? All right. Starting here in Homosassa, I'm going to head north towards the city of Jacksonville. I'm hoping to hook up with a friend of mine, J.J. Gray. He is a Florida native and someone who is passionate about preserving Florida's natural wealth, habitat, and wildlife.
Out there hiding from me, you get harder and harder to find. Got to understand, every day she keeps slipping away. Hey, check it out, Jeff Corwin.
Hey, JJ.
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm just hanging in there, you know?
Good deal.
This is JJ. He has a band called Mofro. It's a band which celebrates Floridian culture, a little bit of the natural history of Florida, and he lives just outside of Jacksonville in this nice tract of old forest, and good place for critters out here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got plenty of snakes, if that's what you're looking for.
Magic words. Where's a good place for snakes around here?
We can cut it over here and check it out.
Let's go check it out. So maybe if we look over in the, do you have anything like any sheds back there in this area? Or anything that's collapsed? Like, see this over here?
Mm-hmm.
This is perfect right in here. There's a lot of life in here. You have a lot of small lizards. and they're being eaten by larger stuff. So hold this, and right there I saw something move. So are you good at catching snakes?
No,
No?
I'm good at running from them.
Better at running? Shh. So I said, this is perfect. So we're gonna carefully peel through this debris. You don't have to capture anything. All you have to do is hold the tin up.
I can do that.
Ooh, skink, see that?
Yeah.
Big. See this? A skink saw me coming, and he went in defense mode. And he dropped his tail. See that? It's a great defense. You lose your tail, and then you run off and you regenerate a new one.
How long does it take to grow back, you reckon?
Oh, it would probably in a couple of weeks you'll start seeing a little stub there coming back. But it's a great defense because the animal is focused by this bright twitching tail. Just help me flip this tin over. Skink, see the skink right there? Beautiful skink right there, see him? See that lizard? Now the skink, tons of skinks. Look at all those skinks. Okay, so let's try over here. Ooh, 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 water moccasin, water moccasin. Look at that, see that right there? That's a beautiful, beautiful Florida water moccasin. Isn't that neat, JJ, right there?
Oh,
you must feel so great to know that your property is home to these wonderful snakes, right?
Yeah, I love it, but my wife won't.
Yeah? We'll just give her a little gift. Here, honey, this is from Jeff Corwin. Okay, JJ, so this is what I want you to do, okay? I'm gonna hold this slab of roofing up, and all you have to do is go over there and carefully place this in the back of his head and then pick him up by the back of the neck. Can you do that? I'm only joking, no. I'm gonna go over there by myself, okay? Because it is a venomous animal. Isn't it great that you can see the way it just blends in?
Yeah, I would have never saw him in a million years.
Spectacular camouflage. He's not even crawling away because he's hoping that I'm just gonna walk right over him. The whole thing is I have to move slow because he's looking for rapid movement. Oh. Shoot. Darn it. How's that for a capture, huh? Textbook capture. Woo! Beautiful, beautiful snake. Okay, JJ, you can move in. You a little nervous?
A little bit.
A little, I understand. See the way he lifted up his head when he saw you. You can hold the back end. Just hold him very gently. Just let him rest in your hand. What you can feel that sort of leathery texture. That color, it almost looks like tanned leather. Hence the word moccasin, as if the shoe that a Native American might have worn years and years ago. And of course, you know the other name for these guys?
No.
Cottonmouth?
Oh, cottonmouth,
right.
yeah. I thought the cottonmouths were black, though.
Well, if you notice the coloration here, what's really special about this species, the one that you get in Florida, the Florida water moccasin, is that you can actually see the bands more.
Right,
see that?
right. That's what
the bands, you notice that? They're much more vivid. Especially if you look at the belly, you can really see where those bands go from the dorsal scales to the ventral scales, right? And it gets the term cottonmouth by this. I'll try to show you gently.